2023 has been an amazing year for new anime, with a lot of absolute bangers dropping each season, but which ones have been the very best of the year? Today, I want to share my favorite new anime of 2023. Let's see if you agree with my choices or not. Now, before we start, this list is solely for the new anime out this year. We have had so many amazing continuations as well, but for this video, we are just looking at the new titles, and this is in no particular order, probably just by release. So let's go! Right, let's kick this thing off with the best anime to come out of the winter season. Tomo-chan is a Girl. Tomo-chan is a Girl was the perfect new anime to kick off 2023, with its really great comedy moments and equally great emotional moments too. The pacing and story between Tomo and June felt right, and Tomo as a character was so much fun to watch every week. You honestly couldn't help but root for her. Then there was possibly a huge contender for best character of the entire year in Karrarin. This girl was just something else, man, and her VA was doing both sub and dub versions, which was insane. And mate, her moments were just extremely top tier. You know the moment of which I speak, you know? The song. Yes. Genius. 2023 has certainly been the year for romance anime, and one of my favorites also came out of the winter season, which was The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten. Now, there was nothing flashy or new with this show, it was just a wholesome romance between two characters whose chemistry perfectly suited each other. The pacing was great, and the feels were just as great, and honestly, I enjoyed this anime way more than I thought I would, so here it is on the list. Okay, anime of the year goes to, without a doubt, Inukai's Dog. No, I joke. But man, did that series do well for me here on the channel? Like 500,000 views on one of the videos, the first one? Insane. So yeah, the real next spot actually goes to Onimai, I'm Now Your Sister. Now, this is just a classic gender swap anime, and I didn't originally have this one on my watch list, but I kept seeing it pop up on social, so I eventually checked it out, and you know what? I really liked this anime. It was simple, yet very entertaining. There was something charming about Onimai that just kept me clicking the next episode button until I had caught up, and I honestly really did love this show. Again, it was a really good blend of comedy, cute, and moments that were just full of more emotion than I thought they'd be. Okay, spring season now, and the strongest contender for anime of the year, yes, Oshinoko. Oshinoko hit way different from any other anime this year. It just blew up. I believe it was the anime that started the trend of the movie-length first episode this year as well. I may be very wrong there, but let me know. However, that first episode was pretty much a masterpiece, and the big twist at the end was, you know, pretty much unmatched this year. Well, in new anime anyway. It was its fresh take on a story focusing on the entertainment industry that was just executed so perfectly, tackling some really strong topics with, you know, excellence. As a YouTuber, I related to this show way more than I thought I ever would, to be fair, and it just had me hooked. I grew attached to this show so much that we now do weekly chapter reviews of the manga when it drops here on the channel, so check them out if you also follow the manga. Love it or hate it, but Oshinoko was the standout this year, as nothing became as popular as this anime when it was airing. Okay, if not for Oshinoko, then anime of the spring season, if not the year, would have easily been Heavenly Delusion. This anime was one hell of a wild ride, with many a jaw-dropping twist and turn in itself. I lost count of how many times I was gobsmacked or just glued to the screen to find out what was happening next. This was honestly one of the anime I was most invested in this year. It was the dynamic and journey that we were watching between Maru and Kuriko. It was just something special, something truly different. The mystery surrounding the two plotlines was also done in a way that had you desperately wanting more. Like, if I don't get a second season of this, I will literally scream. So yeah, I personally have this one down as a strong contender for the best new anime of the year. Spring had a lot of great anime, but Heavenly Delusion felt like it was just on another level. Another romance anime, and I think my favorite of the bunch this year, comes with My Love Story with Yamada-kun. This was an anime I was extremely excited about every week and watched it on its release day without question. Akane was such a cute protagonist. She felt like just so relatable, and her expressions were carried perfectly in the animation and through the work of her VA. Yamada, of course, was the dark, mysterious prince, but it just worked so well with Akane. Through her, we could see a change in this dude, and I just loved that aspect of the show. There was something just so addictive with this anime, and the romance between the pair that, I can't put my finger on what it was, but the story was just so good, and I was invested in that. The last anime from the spring season, and the anime that made me smile the most for the most ridiculous reasons, was easily Skip and Loafer. Mitsumi was just like my spirit animal, man. There was something so truly special about her. Like, she could honestly appear on screen doing next to nothing, and she'd just make me beam with pure joy. She had a presence about her like no other. Not just her, but the story of Skip and Loafer was just truly wholesome, and its cast was very well balanced. Though I heavily favoured Mitsumi, I still really gave a damn about the other characters and their progression. Again, Skip and Loafer is another anime that if it doesn't get another season, I will literally take to the streets and riot. Moving on to the summer season, one of the standouts for me was definitely Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead. Now, it's honestly such a shame that there was all the problems going off around this anime that it's still not finished, because it really did revive the zombie genre. Excuse the pun. It balanced everything so well. It was a fun as hell ride, and I laughed and almost cried as the story developed. The first episode of this show was just done so expertly as well. This monochrome look follows Akira and his hate for his job into this blast of vibrant color when the zombie apocalypse happens. And you just see the pure joy that he is finally free from that hell, although he's kind of in another one now. Total vibes, and at the end of that episode, mate, that end of the episode was just so good. But again, such a shame with its current condition. Another absolute banger from the summer season was My Happy Marriage. Again, another romance anime, but this one was different. I really loved the romance story going on, and I really felt for Mio, man. Like, I just wanted to hug that girl so bad, but then I felt a little confused by the addition of the supernatural powers being thrown into the mix. This, however, quickly changed, as adding this aspect really elevated the overall story and added another layer to this anime that made it something special. The way they handled that was great, and it added this really cool component to what was just another romance story this year. It really made it stand out. And the animation of this show was also something truly breathtaking. Honestly, this was easily one of the most prettiest anime of this year. Final summer anime was just so freaking good. Yes, Temple, No One Can Live on Loneliness. This doesn't make anyone's list, but I had the best time with this show in a hard time here on the channel. It just made me laugh like an idiot, and it probably is the anime that handled fan service the best this year. Like, this anime knew what it was doing when it came to that aspect. It was like, yeah, we want to throw in trashy fan service into our show, but we're not going to be awkward about it. Instead, we're just going to celebrate and be proud of it, and that just works so damn well. This anime was just one of a few that season that I was truly excited to watch, so it had to be on my list. Plus, I'm DGen trash. Fall season time, baby, and of course, Frieren Beyond Journey's End is here. This was one of the most anticipated of the season, and it's lived up to that hype week in, week out. It's a really special story that always manages to hit you in the feels, and honestly, I just totally love Frieren as a character. She is her. Its themes of time moving differently and how important it is to cherish and bond with those near and dear while you can is both really sweet and really powerful, and I've got to say, Frieren does it with such grace. What a truly amazing show. Final show from the fall season, and man, was it hard to pick, but I'm gonna give the final spot to the Apothecary Diaries. This anime is just so good, and it has me hooked each and every week. I just love how its episodic nature feels like these little detective stories, as Mao Mao has to diagnose an illness and cure it, yet underneath the episodic nature, there is this main story that is progressing and developing. I just really like this anime's storytelling. That and Mao Mao is an actual vibe. I just adore her character. Again, this is another anime that is visually breathtaking, and a lot of the focus was on that prior to the 3-episode drop. But this anime is far more than this extremely pretty visual thing, but I've got to give it to the anime and the studio adapting it. The visuals are quite something. So yeah, that's my favorite new anime of the year. How many of these have you seen, and what anime make the list that I didn't include? And would you like to see more videos like this in the future? Let me know in the comment section below. And while you wait for the next video to drop, why not check out this video where I talk about all the new anime this fall 2023 season that you can't afford to miss. But guys, that is it from me. I'll see you soon for some more. Till then, you take care. Peace.